Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned. Hello guys, welcome to Global Happenings. Today we have a trending news here for you. And the headline of the news reads, see the strategy Nnamdi Kanu has adopted to deal with Burutai and CP during his parents' burial. But before we continue with details of the news and further analysis, we'd like to encourage you to please subscribe to the channel by clicking on the red subscribe button and also on the bell icon so that you can get notification anytime we publish videos on YouTube. Alright, let's look at the news in details. Nnamdi Kanu, who is the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB, has ordered the installation of a closed-circuit television CCTV camera in his family compound in Afaruku, Abia State, ahead of his parents' burial. Kanu explained that the installation of the CCTV cameras will monitor the activities of the Nigerian army during the burial ceremony of his parents on Friday. The IPOB leader, who spoke during his latest live broadcast on Radio Biafra, threatened to kill the children of the Chief of Army Staff, Tokyo Burutai, if IPOB member was injured during the burial ceremony. According to Kanu, and I quote, "We have fixed cameras everywhere. I need evidence to show to the world when the Nigerian army come to my father's compound to kill on the day of the funeral. CCTV cameras are everywhere in my father's compound. The zoo army should know we are watching all the activities on that day. I am warning them, if any IPOB member is killed, we will retaliate. I will kill all their children and submit myself for arrest. If anything happens to any IPOB member on the 14th of February, all your children will be killed. If they kill anybody in my father's compound on the 14th of February, all the children of the army commanders will be killed. All of you, including Burutai, all your children will be killed. Every police commissioner, commanders, give me their addresses. I am giving you an order. Get me their names. I will kill them if they kill anybody in my hometown on the 14th of February. Leave us alone. We are not armed. If you come to my parents' funeral and shoot, we will kill all your children. If you like, go and hide them in Saudi Arabia. We will find them and kill all your children. You will know what it means to bite a casket. Your names will be wiped out. I will submit myself for arrest after we kill them." Daily Post reported that Kanu had earlier threatened to hunt the children of the Abia State Police Commissioner Eneokun if his officers kill anyone during the burial of his parents. Wow, this is really talking tough. And a lot of some persons have responded. This one said here, Kanu, you know, rich will kill any IPOB member. We see theirs and nothing will happen. This one said this army man might spend the rest of his life in ICC prison. Another one says a suicide mission. Are your wives and children just sitting watching you attempting suicide? What a pity. A lot of write-ups here, and this is really a serious trade. If you ask me, it's quite a serious one. And I've been wondering what will happen on that day. A lot of people are overly interested. They want to know what exactly will be the case. Like I read somewhere, somebody was requesting that Channels TV and the other TVC and NTA should be available at Abia State, precisely in the compound of that's Afaruku, where the funeral will be taking place, so that they will give Nigerians all that is happening there. That it seems that day actually, which is incidentally also Valentine's Day, will be quite an interesting. For some of those who don't have vows on that day, they will spend their time on television to watch what will happen on that Saturday. But that was an enlightenment. Let's be serious about this. For me, this is really a serious situation. We have two persons that are going to be buried on that day. And my earnest prayer is that they shouldn't be an event where we see more deaths coming. Those two persons that are going to be buried, I'm talking about the parents of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They are respectable royalties, and they need to be respected. I've watched different videos. I've watched a video where Hanen's youth also sent out a warning to the security chiefs. Excuse me, to the security chiefs, and they've also, I watched the video, and they said that they should allow them, it's their own community, and that they desire to bury the parents of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu very well, and that they are requesting that all police and army should stand down and all of that. But the request of the police is that IPOB is prescribed. And being prescribed means that every activities that they get involved in must be halted, must be stopped, and they must be arrested. That any activity where they are seen in must be frustrated and all of that. And Ene Okun, who is the commissioner of police, Abia State, has sworn that he will do all in his power to make sure he deals decisively with any IPOB member that tries to fly color, that tries to, represent themselves, whether they want to come in form, dress as, in their Jewish form, or they want to dress flying their colors, that automatically they will be dealt with decisively, which in a way will go an extra mile in scattering that barrier. We are hopeful that it won't be a situation whereby everybody will run away and leave the corpse hanging. And I believe that so many persons who already have an idea about this will take to their heel if anything happens. The only thing that will make quell the crisis is if all the southeastern governors are in attendance. If they are in attendance in that funeral, I think it will go an extra mile in quelling responses, angry response and all of that. Most people have suggested, and their suggestion had been that these guys, I'm talking about IPOB, if they are going to be there to give their final respect to the parents of their leader, that they should allow them to do whatever they want to do. But if in event of trying to do all of that, there is a case of a war that's fighting, shooting and all of that, then the police can come in to save the situation, because thus far they have been peaceful and they have not done anything wrong. That's what a lot of persons are suggesting, that the police should calm down, because we are tired of hearing multiple cases of bloodshed. Fairly recently, we've heard that about 30 people have been killed. Travelers in Maiduguri, they have been killed. The same thing happened in Plateau State by Boko Haram. So the news of killings in Nigeria is increasing on a daily basis. And if that is not traceable to, IPOB. But fairly recently, also some few days ago, we heard that about 1,400 Boko Haram members who are alleged to have repented of their evil deeds have been released. But here is another group of people who have been prescribed, they've never done anything wrong, and it's like the whole hell is being let loose on just a small location and all of that. So my prayer is that nothing should happen on that day, because we do not want souls of men to be lost on that day. The army should keep cool, send to with IPOB should keep cool, and let's see how these two responsible people will be buried amicably without any kind of chaos. That's just my suggestion.
Honestly, I don't even understand why there's so much agitation and rumors of war everywhere. To start with, it is not even Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that is dead. It's actually the parents, and the parents are not even agitators. They are royalties. So if for any reason at all, they don't have any good reason at all to let this burial go nice and smooth, it's the fact that the parents of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu are respectable Nigerian citizens, or rather, as they claim to be Biafrans, but at least for the now, they were known as Nigerians and royalties in Afaruku. So I do not understand why they are trying to make something that should have been a nice and smooth burial to become a day of a terrible memorial. What is the impression? What kind of impression are they leaving for those who have seen these people as royalties, who were peace-loving people? Forget the fact that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, if he has even offended, quote and unquote, if he has offended them, it should be Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and not his parents. That's my take, really. But to cap this, I feel that this is waste of personnel. Nigeria have so many insecurity issues.
Yes, yeah.
Honestly, they're wasting personnel going for burial and
For
for burial that's supposed to be peaceful. These people they want to pay their last respect to their people, and you're going there to go and scatter. Look at Boko Haram making a menace over there. ISWAP are having a sweat. The Fulani herdsmen are busy moving around. You have not sent foot soldiers down there. Just it was not 2-3 weeks back where a luxurious field with Igbo traders went missing. They said they were kidnapped by alleged Boko, what's it called, Fulani herdsmen. Alleged, because people are not yet sure, but they know it happened somewhere in the north. They've not investigated and gotten, the culprits, those involved in this terrible menace. They are busy looking for where there's no problem, trying to create problem where there is no. You're prescribing a people who have not even killed a fly before. Fulani herdsmen are busy doing all manner of mayhem, and the ones that are even known, Boko Haram, on the grounds that they have repented, you release 1,400 into the mainstream again to continue where they have stopped. Have you just seen just how confused the whole thing looks like? And people are there trying to pay their last respect to the people they have called their beloved, and you want to go and scatter it. I think, in fact, if I tell me, I really don't understand what is even happening in our security network.
All right. Someone said something about the case of releasing a lot of people towards the southeast. And what the person said was the fact that I kind of buy the idea of the person. The person said that the reason why that is happening, so much tension against this guy, is the fact that the present day government, Buhari precisely, had suffered something like this, though it wasn't secession, but it was a way he was being overthrown, when he was a military. And now this is his second time. He's trying to stop a repeat of so anything that points towards the direction of, say, secession, and it's a way of you're trying to overthrow him. He comes alive immediately and direct all military towards it, so that, just to prevent a reoccurrence of what happened in 1985. Somebody was saying it, and I took note of it. And but then, come to think of it, these guys are quite different. Even Burutai himself, the man has a lot in his hands. Let's be real. A lot in his hands, because fairly recently when he was talking and responding, you're going to see that this thing news soon as he responded to, the quest by the senators and also the House of Representatives that he should be removed. All the services should be kicked out. He said, man, he has a lot in his hands. That currently Boko Haram are even in Lagos. He mentioned different places that if you go, the Boko Haram, they've spread wide. So right now, they're doing so much to see how they can stop their invasion in the country. So a lot already is in his hands. But another thing I would like to say is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, as much as he's very angry and all of that, but please should calm down. There are certain things, even if you plan to do anything, but airing it out will kind of trigger a lot of anger, will trigger a lot of things from the minds of people. They will come fully prepared and all of that. So I think he should calm down. This has to do with his parents. I know there are a lot of feelers from different angles. People are telling him a lot of things, and this is what I'm going to do. And he should calm down, because you may be surprised. We may walk in there and walk out without any form of issues. So he should just calm down and watch how things are being done. I'm very hopeful. I'm trusting also that at the end of the day, there won't be a case of gun carrying. There won't be a case of killing. There won't be a case of maiming. There won't be a case of cutting away thousands of people who are not even guilty. All right, but that's where we are going to leave it. Please go to our comment section. Let us interact. Try to stay away from hate words. It doesn't really help. Let's see how we can provide solution to some of these burning in the issues in Nigeria.